Security freezes, also known as credit freezes, restrict access to your credit file. This makes it harder for identity thieves to open new accounts in your name. And now you can freeze your credit without paying a fee. Credit expert John Ulzheimer, formerly of FICO and Equifax, is here with how this all works. Good to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Okay, so first things first, what does freezing your credit accomplish, and what are some reasons we might want to do this?
Sure. Well, look, I think every time we turn on the television or fire up our browser, we hear about some data breach and how our information has been exposed. The value of a credit freeze is it essentially takes your credit reports and pulls it out of the system, meaning that no one can have access to it. So it's very reactive. It's almost like the Fort Knox of credit report protection, if you will. And the purpose of doing this, obviously, is because when someone steals your personal information, the ground zero is your identity and the ability to apply for credit in your name, open accounts, steal money from banks, and then leave you holding the bag. The credit freeze prevents that because no bank will be able to get access to your credit reports. Therefore, they won't open any new accounts in your name.
Okay. So obviously something that's important, like you said, when we're hearing about all of these breaches. What are some of the other reasons that we may want to do this, that we may want to freeze our credit?
Yeah, peace of mind, I think, is probably the big one for me. There used to be a cost involved with this, so there was this barrier to entry, if you will, for people to place these freezes on their credit reports. Thankfully, that's now gone, and instead of paying a monthly fee to have monitoring services just tell you when something already has happened, which is kind of reactive, this is much more proactive. There's no cost involved anymore. It's one of those set it and forget it types of strategies to protect your information, and it's once you do it, there's really no more work that you have to do until you actually do go out and apply for credit legitimately on your own.
Okay, so we're going to circle back around to that in just a moment. But first, let's talk about those fees. I mean, it's a big deal. You mentioned earlier it'd be, $9 here to do it, $9 to unfreeze it. So this is pretty significant and can give Americans, more of an opportunity to do this.
Well,
right?
I think I absolutely agree with you. $9 doesn't sound like a lot, but if you add up the amount of times that you apply for credit every single year, multiply that times $9, it starts to add up and become kind of expensive. And remember, we're just trying to protect our own information. It's not like we're getting incredible value out of doing this. We're just trying to defend ourselves from the fraudsters. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the fact that this barrier has now been removed, we don't have to pull out our credit cards any longer when we want to protect our own credit file information. That is gone.
Okay, so how do we go about doing one of these freezes? It's not, you said, a one-stop shop. You got to hit each one individually, right?
Unfortunately, there is no one place where you can go and set a security freeze for all three of your credit reports. It is a little bit of heavy lifting, but that's okay. It's worth it. You have to go to each three of the credit reporting agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, directly to their websites. Now, that's very important. You don't want to end up on some other website. You have to go to their websites independently, set the freeze. You're going to be assigned a PIN, or you will set your own PIN, and you're going to want to keep that in a safe place, because every time you want to go and unfreeze or thaw your credit report, you're going to have that PIN in order to do it.
Okay, so this is in place until you go in and make the change to unfreeze it, correct?
It is permanent until you tell the credit reporting agencies, I want to put my credit reports back into circulation because I'm going to apply for something. I need to have them available, therefore thaw my credit reports. And then after you apply, you just refreeze them and you're set.
Hey, good to know. I know I had a lot of questions about this, and I'm sure that some of our viewers did as well. John, thank you so much for giving us some clarity on this.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you here. And for more on credit freezing, you can use the Fox 5 Atlanta app or go to fox5atlanta.com. Just look for the viewer information story helping you out today.